I just knew I was pregnant. You just feel different, you know? So I'm like, I think I'm pregnant. So I just took the test. I don't know what told me to take the test. I just felt nauseous and stuff. So I went to take a test, and it said positive, and I thought, oh my God. The first thing that came into my head, and I told myself this, I cannot keep this baby. There is no way. I was literally talking to myself as I was taking the test. I'm like, there's no way I can keep this baby. I cannot do it. First thing I did was call Planned Parenthood. So I got into the appointment, and I found out I was 5 weeks, 6 days. I had called my sister, Alex, and I know that she does not believe in abortion, but you know, if that's what I wanted to do, she would support me 100%. So when I had called Alex, she told me that there's other options out there for me, and I should think about it. So I did leave the appointment, and at this time, I basically already knew that I could not get the abortion anymore. So I had went to Options for Women. My sister told me that she knew a volunteer named Anne-Marie.
So my sister-in-law had called me one day and had said, my sister's at an abortion clinic. She's at Planned Parenthood. She's getting ready to have an abortion. Help me help her. How do I get her out of there? So I talked with my sister-in-law, and it was more of the, well, let's talk about how to slow down the process. Let's get her to think about it, so let's get her out of there, and then she can make a rash decision without feeling like she's, you know, being pressured or alone. You know, you want to make sure you tell her you don't want to be alone through this process. So her and I talked about that, and then she went back and talked with her sister, and I told her, please have her come see us. You know, we'll give her all of her options, and we'll help her walk through it and sort out those options and come to a decision, and we'll support her in, you know, in whatever she decides to do. So she was able to talk her out of getting out of the clinic and to come to see us at Options.
So when I walked into Options for Women, it was just really inviting and warm, and the front desk, she was really nice, and I was really nervous. I didn't know what was going to go on that day, what they offered. I wasn't sure yet, and I was so nervous waiting for Anne-Marie to come in the room. I remember seeing her, I'm like sitting there, you know, I don't know what she's going to tell me. I did not want to feel pressured into keeping him or getting the abortion done.
You know, so Jazzmine came in. She kind of told me her story, where she was, why she was thinking that she was thinking, her fears, her anxiety, and we walked through that process, you know, of rationalizing those fears and that anxiety, and just allowing her to talk about it and to bring it out and to vent about it and open up. And but I could see things changed in her when we saw the ultrasound.
You know, when I went in there, I had got the ultrasound done, and it was so exciting seeing him. He was actually, I was so far along, he was actually pretty big on the screen. He was a full-formed baby already, and it scared me because I'm like, last time I seen him, you know, he was a little tiny blob, basically. That's what it looked like. So I could see everything, his hands, his feet, his head. He still was shaped a little, you know, like a little dinosaur, but you could actually see him, and it was so exciting. And then I had spoke with Anne-Marie, and she was really supporting, and kind of just like my sister, asking me, you know, why do you want to do the abortion? What are, you know, what's leading you to do it? And I had shared with her, you know, I felt pressured, I was embarrassed. The anxiety was indescribable, the way I felt it. And I think a lot of people feel that, and I think that's what they go through in the dark. But I really enjoyed having to sit down with somebody, you know, one-on-one, and not feel pressure from someone else, or maybe your mom or your spouse, and just sit there and just have time to collect your thoughts. Anne-Marie, she was really awesome. She didn't make me feel pressured, and I think that's the number one thing that helped me with my decision. I felt like I was just kind of talking to like one of my friends or something, you know. I love being his mom. I mean, he's so sweet, and I really do believe that he was made for me. I just stare at him, and the way he looks at me, I can feel his love, and it's a deep feeling. It's crazy. when he was about 2 weeks, no, maybe 3 weeks, I'm sitting there looking at him and something just touched my heart. I start crying looking at him. I'm talking to him like, you are so precious. You are everything. And I'm sorry that I had those feelings about you and the things that I said, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to do the abortion and, you know, making the appointments. And I just started crying. I told him, I love you so much and I'm so happy I kept you. And he's just staring at me. Like, the way he was staring at me was like, I love you too. And that feeling was, it was really touching.
Jazzmine's story is why we do what we do. Jazzmine's story is why Options for Women is around and why volunteers volunteer there. But when we get stories like Jazzmine's, it's so fulfilling and so rewarding and just reminds us that people do need us. We need to be around, we need to be available, we need to be free so that people will come and see us and be able to have those moments like she did. And I'm grateful to be a part of Options for Women. I've been blessed because of being a part of Options for Women. It's, you know, I've hopefully impacted some lives, but they have absolutely changed my life, for sure.
And I do want to thank Options for Women and especially Anne-Marie for listening to me, you know, listening to my story. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if I would have Hezekiah today, and that's really special to me because I could not picture my life without him.